Good morning, everybody. I'm Brandon Gordon Gabb, and this is The Sims 4 by EA and Maxis. GG. Good game. Gab Games. GabGames.com. Talk about it. So, what are we talking about today? I don't know yet. I really don't. Talk about something. No. Oh, I did have a topic. Video game junkies and how to spot one. The dark side of gaming. Junkies. Video game junkies exist. I'm not talking about a kid or an adult who's into video games like hardcore, like me, for example. I game. I just woke up back on the game. It's because I don't watch TV. I got good sleep. I don't have to lay here and like, oh man, I gotta get up and do XYZ today. You know, I enjoy gaming. I prefer gaming over TV. I could have woke up, turned on TV. Woke up, blasting music. Could have woke up, beat my dick. I didn't this morning. I'm into gaming. I'm into gaming. It's what I do. I'm not going to exercise again until the 1st. No, maybe starting next week, really, not even 1st. Starting next week. I'm not going to exercise again until starting next week. This month has been fucking hectic. What time is this? Saturday at 9. I'm going nowhere. Come over here. Nah, no boys today. What you talking about? This ain't that. So, video game junkies. First thing, just like investing. Investing in your hobby isn't necessarily investing in your hobby isn't what makes you a junkie. No, that's not what makes you a junkie. We all have hobbies. We all invest in our hobbies. We all invest in ourselves. Except That's not what makes you a junkie. Chasing a high makes you a junkie. Fuck.
Gosh,
Chasing a high makes you a junkie. Paying for that high makes you an addict. Now, what is he talking about? Look at the cloud. Oh, actually, I know what you're gonna do. It's in the dark. What are you talking about? Okay. So, 2K, NBA 2K is the best example of junkies. Any competitive game that has microtransactions is the best example of junkies. I play NBA 2K. Can't get a win. One day I decide, maybe I need to upgrade my character fast. You spend $20 to get VC. You upgrade your character. And all of a sudden you get 2-3 wins in a row. Oh, it's exhilarating. So you invest another $20, you get another 2 wins. You invest another $20, you get another 3 wins. You feel the high and the rush of the win every time you put money into it. You are now a junkie. You are now hooked on a drug. You are hooked on the high of winning for money. You're a junkie. Any game, especially where it's competitive, where you feel like you get an edge because you put money in, you're a junkie. You get a high because you're like, yeah, you expect to win at some point and putting money in. You're a junkie. Apex Legends is another example of junkies. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a solid game. I like the game because it fits a need for me. Good mechanics, fast pace, great characters, great abilities. It's not another war shooter. These are the reasons I like Apex Legends. There's people who invest and buy legend tokens and they gotta have the new gear that expect to win because they're putting in so much money. Those are junkies. It's a difference. They're paying to get a feeling. They're paying to, to feel accomplished. Opening that heirloom pack. Oh, yes. That's junkie activity. You get me? They do it to feel a way. That's junkie activity. No, they're paying to feel away. So it's not really like, it's not tangible. That's why they gotta keep paying. They didn't earn none of that. You know, it's the difference between putting in effort and stuff. Like, I ain't gotta put in no effort. I can just put in a little bit of money to feel that. To feel that. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Mom, dad. I need some money. Can I get some money? I'll suck your dick. To get some V-Bucks. I'll suck your dick. To, you know, get some VC. Kids are junkies out here. And parents don't even recognize the sign of a junkie when they see one. Kids out here sucking dick for Roblox. You know what I mean? You don't know how to swim? It's time you die today. I don't know. No, it just is what it is at some point. Why are you sad this morning?
Minnesota Soberano?
What is wrong with this shit? I don't know. Going to work today, buddy? I'll find it. No, we work on this. All your friends gone? Oh, where's the pizza lady? You finished? Yeah, though. It's just certain things that's like, it makes, video game junkies. I enjoy gaming, but like, mine are mine. You got a boss? Junkie. Parents don't recognize junkies when they see them and they kids. All drugs aren't substances. Like, can you notice alcoholism when you see alcoholism? Can you notice gambling addiction when you see gambling addiction? Some things are harmful, even if it seems harmless. Some people just don't see that. It's the difference between gaming and having an addiction. Again, spending money on things you shouldn't have to spend money on in a game because you're chasing a high. Again, some people aren't, like, even The Sims itself. The Sims got a shitload of money from me. Over 5 years, they got like $800 from me. Right? If I bought everything at full price, they got like $840 from me. Bought everything at half price, they still got $400 from me. Somewhere in that range. Got like 23 packs, 22 packs. That's like $40 a piece. But each expansion pack expands the game, it expands the world. So it's a slight difference. Those buying those expansion packs don't help me win, because this isn't a game that you win. This is a game that you play. I'm not chasing a high, I'm creating a world. Now again, let's go back to those Apex Legends players, those Fortnite players, Fortnite's iffy. Fortnite is the equivalent of a fast food joint charging you for each piece of the burger. The buns cost $20, the patty costs $10, tomatoes cost $5, pickles cost another $5. That's Fortnite. That's different. This, again, even like I said, this costs me money, but this is investing in a hobby versus I only could get a win in Apex when I spend money. I only could get a win in 2K when I spent money. I could only get a win in XYZ when I spend money. Because they're selling me a high. If I don't invest, I don't win.
Whoa.
That's an addiction. Because they're selling you a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of winning, a feeling of and it elevates your feeling, right? You put some money in. That's what makes it an addiction. Because they're selling you a feeling. So, gaming addiction is a real thing. What are the signs? You know? First sign is bad money management. The second sign is if your kid or you feel like when you put in money into the game, you win. Then it might be the model of the game. Because inserting a certain amount of money into the game shouldn't determine if you win or lose. It just shouldn't. Being good at a game should determine if you win or lose. I've said it numerous times. NBA 2K is a game that sells you wins at this point. The last good 2K was probably 2K11, but the official, for me right now, the official last good 2K was NBA 2K10. The last officially good 2K. I don't want to experiment. That was the last official good 2K, NBA 2K10. NBA 2K10 was the last 2K that was a real competitive experience because they didn't add in scenarios, however you say it, until NBA 2K12, the Michael Jordan edition. NBA 2K12, the catch line, relive Michael Jordan's favorite moments. This is how you know 2K became a money grab. It's a chest bumping match. It's imaginary basketball at this point. You know, it's one thing to be a simulated game. Like, there's a level of a suspension of disbelief when playing video games to begin with. You know, you're living in the virtual world. You're playing in the virtual world. It's not the real world. That's one of the selling points of it. That's why people act out their wildest fantasies in Grand Theft Auto, which I'll get into that next. But NBA 2K 2012, end of the world. Relive Michael Jordan's greatest moments. How can I live Michael Jordan's greatest moments without being put in that position is the first question you should ask. There's no way I could take this game. I'm trying to take this game down to the last second shot. The game has to put me in a position where I have to take the last second shot. If no matter what I do, this game is going to put me in the final seconds of the match tied. How does the way I play have an outcome on the video game? It doesn't. Now imagine this same game where you have no determination on the outcome of the match, charging you to play. This is why the fan base of NBA 2K get a high after they buy VC and they start winning. Because the game put the odds in your favor. Because you can control the odds. There's no way I'm trying to take the game to the final seconds for shit. As a real competitor, I want to jump out early. I want to jump out fast. I want this 20-point lead by the time we end the first. And I'm not looking back. As a competitor that wants to win the match. Fuck taking the final second shot. But the game created these scenarios where you could relive Michael Jordan's greatest moments. They tried to sell you a narrative. And I'm like, this ain't, it's not right. And then on top of that, they started adding VC. Buy your virtual currency. Buy your wins. You're chasing a high now. I invest $20, and now the game's going to give me 2 wins, 3 wins. It's better than the 0 wins when I don't add money in. That's why the last good 2K was the NBA 2K10 with Kobe on the cover when they first introduced the My Player, or that was the second year of My Player. And it started to have the role-playing elements where you could level up your character because they were just figuring out what they had. Any 2K before NBA 2K12, where they introduced these scenarios, is the last competitive NBA 2K because you didn't have to buy wins. It was just literally based on skills, not on the game determining the winner of the match before the match started. That's why there is no competitive experience right now in NBA 2K. That's why I don't buy 2K anymore, and I was one of the biggest fans of basketball games. They're trying to sell you a narrative and not the competitive experience. It's a competitive game. Any game where you play head-to-head versus somebody is a competitive game. If there is no competitive game, how the fuck can you have basketball without it being a competitive experience? That's like finding out the NBA is the WWE of sports. All this shit is already determined before they hit the court. You understand? That's why you're a junkie, because they can narrate your feelings. They control your feelings. So they control your highs, they control your lows. If they won't, you will not win your next game. You won't win a match until you insert some coins. Like I just paid $60 for a game with 2K up to $100, and then you want more money on top of that? Man, y'all better learn to boycott these motherfuckers. Stand for something in this bitch. Apex Legends, same thing. Can't win unless you invest some money. And I'm not investing money. As long as I'm playing against people who haven't, my odds are pretty good because I played that game for 5 years straight. But the moment I'm playing against somebody with an heirloom, who paid for an heirloom, or paid for like the Final Fantasy Buster Sword shit, I go down like a fucking college girl at a frat party. Because they paid the money. I'm cool. Cool on that. They got a name for people like that. It's called hoes. I'm not a hoe. I'm not a junkie. You know? Not a hoe. I'm not a junkie. And video game junkies are a real thing. I said once you chasing a high that you get for quote when you pay for being good, you're a junkie. Right? You pay and now all of a sudden you're getting wins. You want to chase that, so you're a junkie. Ain't no question about it. Like I said, there's a difference between paying to keep your hobby going, right? Like the microtransactions of video games are buying video games. Right? That's the cost of your hobby, to buy more games. You shouldn't have to be paying money inside a game to have a pleasurable gaming experience. You shouldn't be paying money to feel good. Bruh, do you pay money for pussy? You know? Do you pay money to get your coochie rubbed?
Yes.
That's why I'm single. I'd rather be single than date a what can you do for me, bitch?
Wow, stuff.
Because I'm not paying for pussy. 2K gonna sit there because I'm not paying for a win. If you want a good 2K competitive experience, NBA 2K10 is the best one to buy. Because that was the last competitive basketball game NBA 2K made before they introduced scenarios. Ever since the Michael Jordan edition 2K12, 2K has declined. People be like, yeah, that game had a good soundtrack though. They distracted you with the soundtrack while they fucked and killed the game. Rape and murder out there. Distract you with the music. If I could control the situation of the match, like I said, relive Michael Jordan's greatest moments. As a competitor, I'm not trying to take it down to the final second shot. So ain't no way you're gonna put me in a position to take a final. You know, I'm gonna put myself in a position to take the final second shot. And I said that when I first put it on. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna take the final second shot unless they put me in a position to take a final second shot? Which means no matter what I did, it was gonna come down to just one shot. No matter how good I am, this was gonna be the outcome. That's when I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm not playing this mode. That's why there's a phrase in every NBA household, NBA 2K player household. That's 2K shit. No matter what age you are, if you play NBA 2K, you done said that's 2K shit at least once. A gaming session. And if you play every day, you say that shit once a day. Then your girlfriend, your friend, whoever hear you say it, your parent, no, they're just like, maybe you should get good at the game. Like, the game's cheating me. Then why you keep playing? And you can't come up with a good answer because you're addicted now. You're not a junkie until you start sucking dick for VC or begging for VC to win. Then you're a junkie. But you're addicted at that point. Right? You're not necessarily a junkie. But you're addicted. I think that's all the upgrades. But you're addicted. If you want a good 2K experience, NBA 2K10 is the 2K to buy. There is no online play. But you can still enjoy a good basketball game. Right. Relive Michael Jordan's greatest moments. Nah, it's too late. Let's go then, kid. I don't know. I don't know what this store sells, so I want to go check out the store. But right now we're talking about gaming addiction. Are you or somebody you know check out this shit. A junkie. A gaming junkie. Again, we're separate. First, we're separating. Let me check my mic. Mic check. First, we're separating hobbyists and enthusiasts versus junkies and addicted players. Enthusiasts and hobbyists are like, hey, I enjoy, I enjoy playing. Why you just don't walk over there, jackass? I enjoy playing the game, right? I like this game. I like the world. So I play. Then there's those that's chasing a high. Those are your addicts. They can't put it down until they get their fix. Stuff like that. Like me, when I game, I look for a fix too. Certain fixes I'm looking for. But that's just knowing what I'm looking for. There's certain games I can't play when especially when I know I don't have time to be fucking around, to be dicking around. It's just certain games I don't play. None of these what I'm looking for, really.
Quive Flintus.
Like I said, there's certain games, like, let's say, for example, oh man, I think I got one of those. What's a good example? Be like Apex Legends. I like Apex Legends. Hey, boss lady. Like, there's certain things I like about Apex Legends. I could jump into a match. It's fast paced. It's exciting. And even though it's bullshit, I know what I'm getting into, I'm out here for the action. I'm out here for the fast pacedness. Just at some point, it is bullshit. If I'm playing to enjoy a first-person shooter, I can enjoy it. But if I'm playing to be competitive, I'm not enjoying that game.
Oh, Cardool. Okay.
I'm not enjoying that game. But that's because it's a pay-to-win game. You can't enjoy something that's pay-to-win. You just really can't. But again, I'm looking for a fix. I'm looking for a high. I'm looking to be able to jump in. I'm looking to get the blood pumping. That's why Need for Speed Unbound can do all of that too. Jump in, race around, high speeds, speed, adrenaline boost. To be an adrenaline junkie, Need for Speed Unbound solves that. And if I want to get competitive, I could get competitive. It solves that for me. I ain't really got nothing good. If I want to get competitive, it could get competitive. Ah, it's a nice mirror. Ah, stores suck.
Bethite Shamagra. Bifidao. Ythruya Rolshba.
Nah, the store suck too. Suck balls. I think I went to that one. What are you guys closed? Mic check, mic check. Uh, so The Sims. The Sims is an expensive hobby. Just like Legos are an expensive hobby. You know, but here's what games like this provide. What type of sensation it provides as to why people come to it and why Legos the same thing. The Sims, although you can sim out your perfect life or whatever you want to do, you can almost sim out anything like GTA. The Sims though, it provide a satisfaction. You get satisfaction points from completing goals. You get satisfaction points. Oh, this store suck balls too. All this fanciness. What? Not shit. Nah, we're going home, kid. The satisfaction points comes from the creation aspect. Really, you could build a beautiful home. You could build XYZ. You could build, you could create a sim, you could create a style, and seeing your vision in your head, once you start putting it down, come to life. It's the satisfaction of it, like Legos. When you first open a bag of Legos, you're like, oh my Lord, this is so many pieces. This is such bullshit. You get frustrated looking at the instructions, like, why they don't tell me what the fuck is how am I supposed to build that shit? They don't tell me what goes there. I think that goes there. I think this goes here. And you get the satisfaction of each time you build a section and you putting it together to see it all come together. That's the satisfaction point. You know? Like one toy to me that is never fucking satisfying. What are you sad about? Because he's sad. One thing when it comes to satisfaction that's not, when it comes down to certain things that's not like cool. Is again selling you bullshit. They're selling you happiness, right? Trying to sell you happiness in a bag. You can't sell happiness. If they're trying to sell you an elevated mind state, something like that, trying to get you drunk They're trying to get you addicted. Right. If you're selling you a win, the satisfaction of a win, then they're trying to sell you happiness in a bag. That's called drugs, kids. That's called drugs. It's called drugs. They can't. Right. It's happiness in a bag. Yes, it is. Try to sell you the satisfaction of a win. Like I said, they're trying to, like Sony, fucking up your controller to sell you a new controller. I grew up in an era where I know stick drift. I know how control feels with stick drift. In an era where they could control, where your controls get a software update, I don't trust stick drift. I know stick drift. Stick drift, your control feel loose. Your stick itself has a feeling. You know stick drift when you feel stick drift on a controller. I've been gaming my whole life. This shit ain't stick drift. This is software induced. Because you can actually feel the spring, a loose spring in your control. This shit is software created. We really probably got a lawsuit. Because your control can't sit up right when you have stick drift. No. Come from a household where we had things, but we had a little bit less. You know, just because we had didn't mean that we had. That makes sense. So you got to make what you have last. So I know real stick drift when there's stick drift. All this stick drift shit now because I had a control for a year. And they like, well, you haven't invested in the brand in a while, so your control is fucked up. You know? I know bullshit. Because they don't create good products. Like, they make great hardware, they make great software, which is a good thing. That's why I stay with the Sony brand. They make good hardware at the very least, which is why I stay with the Sony brand. But, you know, that's part of the flaws of great hardware. It's that it lasts. But that's the good of great hardware.
Faringus Zorpin. Ah, Vimka say so.
People will keep coming to you because it lasts. So either you want your shit to last, or you could be a company that don't exist anymore. Like nobody buys Panasonic. Fuck around, let LG come in. Let LG come in and take all your money. Because companies gonna start going to LG. Fuck going to Sony. We gonna go to LG. They make great hardware also. Right, Sony's not the only people that make good hardware. Video game addiction, it all comes into play together. Like, would I be willing to say, fuck Sony and move over to Microsoft because they have better hardware? They're not cheating people out of money. Because when a company can update your control to have stick drift, just so that you invest in the company's hardware.
Dornius.
Right. Like, that's not good business practice.
Sulius.
This is what I mean by controls have software updates, and it's an iffy thing now these days when your controls start having stick drift. Like, when was the last time they invested in our hardware? When was the last time we need to boost our number sales? Let's put it like that. We need to boost our number sales, so we need 1,000 controls to have stick drift per area. Let's say they have 10 areas. They need 1,000 areas. They need 1,000 controls per area to have stick drift, which means 1,000 people at $80 a pop needs to buy controls in 10 areas. That's 80,000 times 10. You see how fast that money add up? Which is why it needs to be looked into. Because you make good product. The point of making good product is that people don't have to keep buying your product. Because then it's a shitty product. I shouldn't have to buy hardware every year. It should be able to last and stand. Therefore, when you drop the next version, people are willing to buy. But they keep they keep inflating the prices of their products.
Oh, noosh.
Because they don't know how to properly keep a product going. Personally, if you're gonna have a PlayStation Plus subscription and stuff, and they're trying to figure out how to make money on the back end on your PlayStation Plus subscription, you should add in a warranty. It should come with a warranty for your hardware, therefore making replacement of hardware a lot easier for the average consumer. Because now you don't have just a good product, you have great service. It's worth the extra price of a subscription. Right. To know that I could send in my controller to get fixed because I got a PlayStation Plus subscription. Right? I was sending my control. It's worth being with the company.
Oh, Yumba. Ah.
If they didn't let video game companies come in and fuck them in the ass with this free to play shit, then they wouldn't have to be worried about they wouldn't have to be worried about making the money off the games on the back end. Because they're like, how we're going to make money? Nobody's buying video games anymore. People are still buying video games. Bloodborne is still one of the best games I ever played in the past 5 years. And that's a Sony Computer Entertainment product. But you don't worry about the people that can afford the game. You're out here trying to rape kids with this free-to-play model. Because only kids can't afford the games they want because they don't have jobs. So they out here trying to sleep with kids. So only kids can't afford. Only kids really invest in free to play. Because they gotta wait till they get their report cards. They gotta wait till, if they come from a household where there isn't a gamer in the household, they have to wait till they get good report cards. They have to wait till they get their chores done, or, save up their chore money. Which is just the way life works. You gotta wait till your paycheck. You gotta save up money from your paycheck until you can buy a game. They keep making games more expensive and more expensive. Therefore, creating a problem of people not buying games. See how they shot themselves in the foot and said somebody shot me? Lil Wayne, I got shot. Nigga, you shot yourself playing in the mirror with your gun. You didn't get shot, you shot yourself. They created their own problem and then wants to blame everybody else for their problem. No, there's nothing wrong with having good hardware. When was the last time y'all afraid to create good games because let the free-to-play model take over? That's not on anybody but yourselves. But I don't know how. Make good games. Y'all let these free-to-play models come in because they like money. Fuck over the gaming industry. And then you like, how do we fix it? Like, you could protect yourself as a company, and like for the next year, 2 years, we're not pushing any free-to-play games. But y'all don't want to do that. But you'd still rather fuck over the consumer than protect yourself as a company. It goes back to what I was saying about people. Some people have no survival instincts. I was having this conversation about women not knowing how to shut the fuck up. Women don't know how to shut the fuck up because they have no survival instincts. Most men know that by going back and forth with somebody and not knowing how to shut up, not knowing how to stop, look, and listen, could cost you food, it could cost you your life, and it could cost you everything. Because as hunters, you know, most hunters know. If you don't shut up, you're going to scare off the deer. If you don't shut up, you won't hear that predator lurking in the bushes try to sneak up on you. If you don't shut up, things can go very horribly wrong. Because men went to do the hunting and women stayed in the house, they never learned how to shut the fuck up. And that's just to be like the majority. Because not all women are like that. So don't get offended, ladies. Don't get your panties in a bunch. Just, you know, don't know how to shut the fuck up. Because you never had food on the line. You never had the life on the line. You never had that type of safety on the line. That's why some women have no survival instincts. Don't know how to shut the fuck up.
Oh, Reba!
I just put in 89 hours last week. And I haven't had a day off in about 4 or 5.
Jenkta Zipula!
I had 3 days off this week. But I decided to pick up 2 days. I do an overnight tomorrow, and I picked up New Year's Day. Somebody tried to attack my mentality because I was talking about women. It's just truth. Some women have no survival instinct. They don't know how to shut the fuck up because they never had to shut the fuck up.
Flashio Infatu. Scabinda.
So same thing with these gaming companies. They have no survival instinct. They don't know how to shut the fuck up. Not even shut the fuck up. They never had to survive. So now they don't know what to do. That's why they're letting free-to-play games kill their companies. They gotta resort to bullshit. So yeah, some people just don't know. Some people don't know how to survive, and shit. What you call it? Holiday season just passed. With this paycheck, I gotta finish out my Christmas shopping, which is buying my mother goddamn washing machine, which I'll actually be able to do and still be able to handle all my bills. And then I gotta get on, I gotta work on my dental issues. I got 2 teeth that need a root canal. I got 1 that gotta be removed for sure. The 2 that need a root canal I can't get because I don't got the money. So I'm just gonna get those removed. So I'm gonna get all 3 teeth removed. After I do that, I get a deep cleaning and whatever fillings I need to get, I get those filled. But I got 2 teeth that I'm asking for help for. It's a root canal. The total cost of the root canal for both teeth would be $2,200. I can't afford that. I'm not like the money I'm asking for right now is just to help me get the teeth removed, and that's with insurance. You know, in total, I pay $107 for dental, medical, and vision. My vision's great. I just went to the eye doctor. I want to get my dentals together. You know, then go to the doctor. I want to feel comfortable saying, ah. So I'm like, I could use my eye care. I think my daughter needs new glasses to get her glasses. I just need to get the shit done. I don't want to become addicted to pills. You know, like last week I only had to take like 2 to 4 pills. Look, the week before that I didn't have to take none. But for like 2 weeks, I was popping pills like it was fucking candy, like I'm some type of addict. I'm like, hell no, I ain't living like that. I ain't popping no pills. I ain't fucking Lil Wayne. I'll be back, y'all. Mic check. Sorry, you all had to go poopy. Back to what I was saying. Video game companies themselves have fallen into the trap. You know, the trap of their own industry. Free-to-play model. The free-to-play model has fucked them.
Corvello Yippa.
Pause. Yeah. Video game companies fell victim to the free-to-play model themselves.
Vepsio C.
Like I said, Sony, Computer Entertainment,
Leave day.
shit like that, they make their own games. But they don't know how to compete with the free-to-play model. Bloodborne is one of the best games I played in years. But they don't know how to market off of it. Why don't they know how to market off of it? Because the free-to-play model has taken over. So they're like, what do we do? Just make good games. People want to buy good games. The free-to-play model, most of those games only last as long as their fan base. And they only really appeal to people who can't afford video games. Again, those that are hoping for their allowance, that's hoping for their good grades to get them a little extra money. So you make a good game. Look at Helldivers. Look at God of War franchise. Look at Spider-Man. Look at, there's a lot of The Sims. Look at a lot of these franchises that survive good and well without needing to make it free to play. There's a lot of them that still stand. You know? The fear of is it a good game or is it a bad game? It's going to linger anyway. You know, that's going to be there anyway.
Get Steve.
Is it a good game? Is it a bad game? What type of game is it? That's part of the risk of just buying the game. I forgot what it is that I actually got to combine together to make what I'm looking for. But that just comes with buying video games, though. You know, that comes with anything. Is it good? Sometimes you got to step out and take that risk. But they become victims to free-to-play games themselves. That's why they don't know how to put out a good game or create their own games that's good. They're like, shit, what do we do? Because you forget that Sony is a software development company. You forget that Microsoft is a software development company. Now, as a company themselves, they could say no more free-to-play games for a year or two. They really can. Like, that's where the money is. No, that's where you allow the money to be. Bad practices. Now they're trying to add software to games, to controls, to make you buy new controls. All the remote access and everything, there's a lot of bullshit that comes along with a grain of salt. Go get ready for school, kid. No, I don't. It's no reason the control should need a software update.
Corvello?
If the control need a software update, then that means you can update the control to be bullshit. Right. Like, you might not have stick drift. I said I come from not having and being one of those kids that's like, shit, we might not get right now if this shit fuck up. And knowing what real stick drift is, when you got a control stick that's leaning way, it's literally leaning. It don't got the spring, it ain't got no life, ain't got no snap back. That's stick drift. This shit ain't fucking stick drift. This shit is software induced to make you feel like you need to buy one because you haven't bought a new Sony product in a while. That's a lawsuit. When you have perfectly good equipment, but the software says, oh no, it's not good. Like phone software. There's no way that because I have an older phone, you like, the software is just not compatible with the new shit. You know, my phone's not broken though. I shouldn't be forced to go buy a new phone because you like, we not updating the software on that phone. then you should give me a new phone. Because it's not my choice, it's not my fault that you don't support the phone anymore. So you owe me a phone. Because my phone works fine. My screen is fine. The condition of the phone is fine. Because we got all these phone cases and screen protectors to protect our hardware now. There's no way I should have to buy a new phone because of your software. Right?
Boy,
And it's the same thing. I shouldn't have to buy a new remote because of your software. My hardware is fine. It's your software that's the issue. So you owe me new hardware.
Vermoya.
Just brushed you like 2 days ago, Battle Cat. Normally every time before we go on a run, I brush you.
On big.
So, all of a sudden I say something bad about Sony, I hear a lot of negativity in my ear, like I'm crazy. But it's true. Sony let free-to-play companies put them out of business because they don't make good software anymore. When was the last good video game Sony had? Pause. What is a Sony video game made this year? No. What first... whoops, let me try that again. What first-party games has Sony made this year? MLB The Show, Lost Souls, Lego, Ghost of Tsushima. They got a few good ones. Lego Horizons, that's new. Ghost of Yote, that's pretty. I'm pretty sure that's good. Ghost of Tsushima is actually pretty good. The Ghost series, that's not bad at all. MLB The Show, Lost Soul aside, never heard of it. So they got at least two good ones. Death Stranding 2, that didn't release this year, did it? You know, Death Stranding definitely is for a niche group of a group of people. Ghost is pretty good, but because ghosts don't have guns, it's a little harder to sell than most.
Demoj.
Ghost of Tsushima is a really good game. Sony make really good games. People forget that because they got so many third-party developers.
Oh, Vinegrow.
But there's a lot more when you're in a free-to-play saturated market. Like Death Stranding is rated M for mature, I think.
No.
Same thing with Ghost. I think Ghost is a mature game. So their fan base that actually buys the game is still limited.
Fellow giver.
As to where Marvel Rivals, it's free to play for everybody. Then Marvel come with their own fan base. Fortnite is E for everyone, or T for team at the least. You know, free to play games are aimed and made for younger fan base because again, it's the new demo disc for people that can't afford it. That's why their fan base fluctuates so much. It's new, it's free. If I'm a kid, I want to pretend that I could shop. So we go see what's for free. Just words at this point. Right, probably a slip of the word. Right. Nobody made her mad. It wasn't provoked. It was just a person who just had a slip of the word. Like, so in short term, this shit is just crap. Right? Like, it's a bunch of crap. It's a bunch of shit. Or, like, shit, I forgot to mention. You know, inner thought, inner monologue that ends up out. It happens. So, again, it started off with video game addiction and how to recognize video game addiction versus, you know, just bullshit. No, there's video game addiction and then there's an enthusiast. Enthusiasts just like the shit because they like the shit. An addict needs to supply their habit. Are you raising an addict? Or are you raising an enthusiast and hobbyist? You know? Same thing with women in shopping. It's one thing to be like, I like shopping because I like shopping. It's a hobby of mine. You can afford your hobby. You got a little extra money. You can afford your hobby. But when you sucking dick to support your hobby, it's no longer a hobby. It's an addiction. When you fucking that old man for that Gucci purse, you're an addict. You literally out here sucking dick to get you a Gucci purse. That's crackhead behavior. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when your kid is out here metaphorically sucking dick for V-Bucks, they out here stroking your figurative cock to get some V-Bucks. They're an addict. Come on, man. Let me get some more of that V-Bucks, man. I'll take out the garbage for a month. Like, well, you're supposed to do that anyway to get your allowance. You know, you gotta, like, let me get an advancement on that allowance, man. I'll rub your feet. I'll do this. I'll clean out your car. I'll wash your car every day. They might be an addict. Once they get to, I'll rub your feet for a month, for a week, they are addicted. They might as well be saying, I'll suck your dick. Let me get an advancement on that allowance. Like, didn't you just get your allowance yesterday? Yeah, but they dropped these skins, man. I gotta have them skins, man. They're a fucking addict. Get them off of whatever that is. Get them off of that drug. Like, why are you doing your friend homework? Because said if I do his homework for a week, he'll give me some V-Bucks. He'll give me some V-Bucks. He already give me half. I gotta finish it out to get the other half. Is it entrepreneurship or is it an addiction? It's one thing to be like, yeah, I opened up a store, but they gotta give me V-Bucks. That's entrepreneurship. You know, it's called cryptocurrency at that point. They accept cryptocurrency. But it's another thing to be like, yeah, I needed some V-Bucks. I told him I'd do his homework for him. Like, did you at least get paid up front? Nah, he gonna pay me on the back end. But I need those V-Bucks. Your kid's an addict. Women were the first addicts. That's how they realized they had an addictive gameplay method. Candy Crush. All those Candy Crush friend life invites on Facebook. You remember back then? Send me some friends. Send me some lives, man. I need some more Candy Crush lives. I'll give you a like and a follow for some Candy Crush lives. You're a hobbyist when you can afford your habit for the most part. Once you out here sucking dick and doing favors to get what you want, you're an addict. Like, even hobbyists can be addicts too. Like, you got a problem. Like, people that just gotta go thrift shopping every week. Like, you got a habit. It'll become addicted. Shit's addictive. Like, nah, man, I got it under control, man. I got it under control. Now they look like they belong on an episode of Hoarders. Because it was not under control. It's an addict. You know, like I said, women out here sucking dick for a purse. I don't fuck with junkies. Which goes into another thing I like to talk about, perspectives. You know? Different perspective and different views. You know, it's like posts I see. Like, tell me why is it that people will get with somebody else and get them the treatment that you've been begging them for. You ever seen those type of posts on social media? Whatever your social media form is. And it comes back to views. Like, some dudes only date hoes. You know, what I mean by that is some dudes be like, all bitches are hoes. Some women be like, all these dudes out here, fuck boys. Like, that's why that was the version you got of that woman. Or that's the version you got of that man. Because that's all you see. That's your only view. Like I say, I don't fuck with hoes. You know? I fuck with a bitch. You know, she might be a bitch. But I don't fuck with hoes. That's why I don't get the whole version of a woman. Because I don't fuck with hoes. Sometimes she might have the tendency of being a bitch. Because I do believe that everybody has a tendency to be a bitch sometimes. God, stop being a bitch about it. Or you acting like a bitch. I ain't calling you a bitch, but you acting like a bitch. You know? But I'll date a bitch before I date a hoe. Because sometimes there's actually a reason to bitch versus just being bitchy. You know, I don't like a bitchy woman. But who knows, I might give you a reason to be a bitch. Sometimes people just bitch. But it's views. That's why you only get a version of a dude. Like, all these dudes out here fuck boys. Like, that's because that's all you see. You don't see men for men. All men in your view are fuck boys. So that's the only thing you ever gonna get because that's the only thing in your view. You don't see nothing else. It's on you to change your perspective. All men ain't shit. Well, in the term you're using it, maybe you should find some shit. Maybe you should look for shit instead of ain't shit. But if you believe that all men ain't shit, that's all you're gonna see. Ain't shit men. No, all these hoes, bitches. Well, that's because you're looking for bitches and hoes, sir. Like I say all the time, I don't date hoes. I don't date bitches. You know, I don't love hoes. I don't like bitches. I love women. Be like, you can't love all these hoes. I don't love hoes. I love women. That's why I get a different version of a woman. I get a better version of a woman than a lot of these dudes will ever get. Because they only see bitches and hoes. Perspective, views. You know, that's why it'd be like, the woman you want, you know, for something, they like the woman you want or the guy you want before when you wanted them versus them being used and ran through. Because you're not getting a whole version of that person. You wanted the woman, you wanted the man. By the time they come to you, you know, they hoping that somebody see him as a woman, somebody see him as a man. Because you don't fuck with hoes. By the time they come to you, they're not the same person. That's how come they come to you now. Because you want a woman, you want a man. It's a different version of, you know, everybody got a past. If you can accept that, you know, and accept that people can't change, you might actually have happiness. But you got to be careful of what you see. Like if you only see despair and heartbreak, that's all you ever gonna see, and that's all you ever gonna live in is despair and heartbreak. If you don't want to see happiness, you will never see happiness because you're not looking for happiness. Just food for thought. You know? Like, you know what don't come across my views? Free to play games. Ever since Apex, I'm like, I'm not playing any more free to play games. So they no longer come across my view. Fuck them. Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them. I'm not playing any more free to play games. Some people like, you heard of this free to play game? You heard of that free to play game? No. No, I have not. That shit don't come around me. Because you create the space for certain shit to grow. And if you allow it to grow, you know. Like, I don't fuck with hoes. Hoes don't come around me. I don't gotta pay for pussy. Them hoes stay away from me. Them the hoes that call you broke. You broke anyway. You can't afford me. Bitch, I'm not paying for pussy. Of course I can't afford you. Because I'm not paying for pussy. I shouldn't be able to have to afford you, motherfucker. The fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you, a fucking McChicken? You mech hoes? What you mean afford you? You in a fucking house? The fuck do you mean afford you? Not a fucking car. The fuck do you mean afford you? Does not compute. Not an item to be bought, bitch. You're a person. You can't buy people. We abolished slavery a long time ago, bitch. And did you not get the memo? So again, views. Learn to change your perspective and your view, or else you only gonna get one outcome. If you're only looking for ones and twos, you're not gonna see threes and fours. Just saying. You know? Some people that don't see bad in situations because they never look for the bad in the situation. They always look for the good. What's the silver lining? You know? I don't fuck with hoes. I don't like hoes. I don't even like bitches. I love me some women though. Love me some coochie. But I don't like hoes. Definitely don't like bitches. I ain't never started a conversation that was in a positive light. That was like, let me tell you about this bitch. You know? Tell you what this bitch did. Anytime I use the word bitch, it's never in a positive sentence. Bitches. No? I'm saying. I don't fuck with bitches. I don't fuck with hoes. A bitch might get some dick. If a bitch know how to act right. You know? But I don't fuck with hoes. Fuck with bitches. Keep that shit over there. Anyway, learn how to change views, learn how to change perspectives, people. Because what you allow into your world and what you see becomes your world. Manifestation. You can't be mad that now she with me. She don't want to cheat. Like, bitch, when I met you, you were a cheater. Like, that's because that's all you saw was a bitch and a hoe. Like, the dick don't even gotta be good. Just you see her in a different light. And because you put her in a different light and you carry her different, she acts different. You put him in a different light. Because you put him in a different light and you carry him in a different light, he acts different. Some people don't see this, don't get the same versions of people. Because again, that's just how some people don't, some people don't roll. But you can't see a duck and then call it a chicken. Can't be delusional either. Ah, man, this bitch was pretty. She was nice looking, or carried herself a certain way. But this bitch was a hoe, man. Can't fuck with this bitch. Like, what makes you say that? Like, look, I know hoe activity when I see hoe activity. No, the bitch is a hoe. I don't fuck with hoes or bitches. Double whammy. Bitch gotta go. These hoes for the streets. Get yourself out of there, because it ain't for you. That's how you protect yourself from these bitches and hoes. It just ain't for you. But anyway, I gotta get out of here. Relax a bit, get myself ready for the day. Work. What time is it? 10. I ain't gotta be at work till 3. I might come back. Peace.